Welcome to Huy MDCC. This is an additional resource for the high school detailed vocabulary compendium, a valuable collection of intensive vocabulary with over 1,200 pages. Now, let's move on to the main section. The Green Echo. A family's journey for a healthier planet. The Chuẩn family lived in a bustling city, yet they held a deep reverence for nature. Mr. and Mrs. Chuẩn, along with their two children, Mai and Nam, understood that their actions had an impact on the environment. They were acutely aware of the alarming state of our planet, constantly facing an environmental crisis. They knew that sustainable development was not just a concept for politicians, but a way of life that needed to be implemented at a local level, starting right in their own household. One evening, watching a documentary about global warming and the greenhouse effect, Mai, a keen observer, looked worried. "Mom, Dad, is the ozone layer really getting thinner? And what about the extinction of so many species?" Her parents exchanged a glance. "It's true, honey," Mr. Chuẩn replied. "Our planet is suffering from air pollution from emissions and exhaust fumes from factories and cars. Deforestation for new developments also threatens biodiversity and the habitat of wildlife, pushing many towards being endangered." Their family decided to take action. They became active advocates for reducing their carbon footprint. They started by segregating waste at home. Organic waste went into a compost bin for their small garden, while inorganic waste, like plastic bottles and plastic bags, were carefully sorted for recycling. "Every piece of litter we pick up helps," Mrs. Chuẩn would often say during their weekly park cleanups, combating the problem of littering. They invested in renewable energy for their home, installing solar panels, thus reducing their reliance on non-renewable energy sources like fossil fuels. This decision, though initially costly, proved beneficial in the long run. However, environmental challenges were never far. A severe drought had recently parched their region, followed by an unexpected and severe flood that wreaked damage on nearby communities. These were stark reminders of climate change and its devastating consequences. They learned about acid rain impacting local forests and the dangers of toxic chemicals and pesticides used in agriculture, which contaminate the soil and led to water pollution. They also discussed how sewage and wastewater from rapidly growing population centers, driven by urbanization, often went untreated, further polluting rivers and lakes. The Chuẩn family understood the urgent need to conserve and preserve what little natural resources remained. They started practicing water conservation diligently, saving every drop. They encouraged reforestation efforts in their community, planting trees to bring back the lost vegetation and help restore the ecological balance. Their goal was not just to save the environment, but to help it recover. They held firm to the belief that every responsible citizen must protect the planet for the future generation. They participated in campaigns to raise environmental awareness, educating their neighbors about proper waste disposal and the dangers of the nearby landfill, which was nearing its capacity. They explained how reducing consumption, reusing items, and recycling were simple yet effective solutions. Nam, though young, eagerly learned about different types of pollution and the role of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. "We must reduce our emissions," he would confidently state. The Chuẩn family wasn't just observing the crisis. They were actively trying to mitigate its effects and adapt to a changing world. They knew the challenges were enormous, but they faced them with determination. Their journey for a healthier planet was a testament to their unwavering commitment to their family and the world they shared.